Konnichiwa.
Oh.
Hola. Hey, y'all. He's gonna cut me off.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. This show is so amazing. So, over the weekend, I don't know if you guys know, but Umbrella Academy came out, season 2 came out Friday the 31st.
And we binged that shit.
Yeah, we did. We were so excited because, you know, even the first season we rewatched that, and we were just so like, we want more. So when it finally hit, of course we're going to be watching it. So we finished watching it yesterday. So we just wanted to come up here and, you know, do a review on it and just talk about our thoughts and our opinions on it.
Yeah. Let's just say this season anticipated more than we ever expected in the last season. Because last season was more like an introduction. Mm-hmm. Getting to know the characters, character development, whatnot, etc., etc. This time is more about displaying the characters, I guess, like inner selves more. Like what they learned from the past. Even though they're going back in the past is what they learned from the past, basically. And this time it was more intense than I expected to be. Yeah,
it really like kicked off. Especially one of my favorite parts of the whole season was the opening shot of the first episode, towards the last end of the first episode, where Fi finally comes back. You know, well, he finally comes through 1963, and he reunites with his siblings, and you see them going out on an all-war with the Russians.
Russian nuclear war happened, and the scene kind of no shade gives you X-Men down.
Yes, like this is the part where everyone is showing off their power. There's not like where it's usually Diego's fighting, or you see Klaus, you know, with Ben kind of doing his part here and there. Everyone, even Vanya, she got
control of her goddamn powers.
And I'm like, okay, it really, like, first episode is not slow. It puts you right into it. So the season was never slow. I don't think there was an episode that was really slow paced. I think maybe the only thing I just didn't like about the season, the storyline with Vanya and Sissy. I just didn't. Her being a nanny and her forgetting
who she was,
who her siblings was, what she did. I get it. But at the same time, it was kind of slow in some parts where she was like, I don't know you, I don't know who I am.
But she knew her name, and it was something else she remembered. Mm-hmm. She remembered like bits and pieces of who she is, how old she is, what, you know, where she is, but she don't know exactly who she is and what was done in the last scene. She has no recollection of that. But it slowly progresses to her actually remembering. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that whole little thing with the nursing thing, I thought that was stupid. I thought they could have just took that out.
Yeah.
I'd rather just her been like, oh, I'm taking care of you, we're good friends, you're staying with us until you find yourself again. Yeah. Which, no shade, was kind of like the point. But she had to be the nanny for Harlan. Harlan is, at the time, too, they didn't know what autism was, but that's what it was. That's what was happening with him. He has autism. And apparently he got close with Vanya, like they actually understand each other. So that was a good thing, I guess, about it too. Mm-hmm. She can relate to someone else. And what everybody else scattering around. I felt the most scared, honestly, out of all of them was for Allison. Because we're back in 1963. Yeah, during the Civil War. I mean, not Civil War, sorry. Civil Rights movement. With her husband, apparently.
Ray Chestnut. That's another new character.
She got married.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too. She's been there for a year and she got married. I mean, I can see.
I think it was 2 years because she got there.
No, I think it was a year.
It was a year. I thought she got there.
She got there in 1962.
I thought it was 61.
Because the Klaus was the first one to get.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, I think it was a year. We could probably put that in post, but. Yeah, it was just, I get it because she's the only one that's actually of color.
Yeah.
So they even show when she arrived in the 1960s, and she ended up finding out like, okay, I'm going into this cafe and they're saying, you know, no blacks allowed, whites only. She doesn't know, you know, what's going on. She's probably trying to look for a group of people where she can be surrounded.
And at the time too, we got to remember her. She can't talk because her Vanya's kind of slit her throat a little bit, so her vocals are still kind of damaged. Mm-hmm. And with her not able to speak, it makes it even worse because you got this group of white guys try to taunt her and go after her. And luckily she found some people just like her to protect her. And for a while she started working there over the years, and they were organizing the civil rights movements for sit-ins and like for the freedom fighters and whatnot. And she met her husband, Ray Chestnut, who at the time didn't really care about her speaking, just thought she was just beautiful, which was nice. That was a nice thing to do. And over time, she started to, develop her voice again, and apparently end up getting married. I think that was the only thing that like messed me up. Like, why did she get married? She's gotta go back soon. Mm-hmm. But then again, she probably thinking, we don't know how long that's gonna be.
Yeah. So she probably just wanted like, hey, if I'm stuck in the 1960s, I guess I live my life as it is. And I don't like the overall with season 2, it kind of seemed like it was doing the same format as season 1. They're all separated basically, and they're trying to find each other. When they do reunite, they're kind of like still selfish and still not understanding that it's the end of the world again.
And if they attain one ultimate goal instead of going through separate little things over and over. That was getting annoying. You would have felt like the first season they would have understood and got it, but they were constantly doing the same thing.
They're like, no, I don't want to help, and no, I don't care if it's the end of the world. And it's just like, I get it, but at the same time, come on, you do care. Like, I don't know why we're wasting time. And another frustrating thing, which I guess it has to prolong, the season, it has to drag it out a little bit, was when certain siblings were having their own plans. Diego was at the commission trying to find a way to
save the president.
Yeah, save the not only save the president, but then try to go into like the
this nigga trying to cook a motherfucking damn ham a fucking sandwich. This pussy ass nigga burned a fucking
the room where they control the timelines.
The switchboard.
The switchboard. He was trying to do that stuff on his own. Well, then number 5 and number 1, they trying to go into a plan where they're trying to get his older self to get rid of the briefcase.
That was
and it was just like
that was funny.
Y'all all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all get together and actually work as a team? Because y'all should already know
a week before the world ends, basically, because that's what they had. They had 7 days before the world ends because of something that happened. They just tried to make sure what was the key point into everything that was happening.
Yeah. And then just like season 1, Vanya was the cause for what's going to happen to the end of the world for season 2. So the reason for her being the cause of it was that her and Sissy, the girl that she was staying with,
they fall in love,
and she wants them to run away together with the son, of course. They do run away and everything, but then at the last minute, Sissy's like, oh, I left a note for Carl, which is her husband.
A bigot and a loser.
It's just to the point where she ends up using her powers against the police, because he called the police on them, but they end up arresting her anyway and taking her to the FBI headquarters, thinking that she is
a Russian. Yeah.
She's a Russian spy, and it doesn't help because she was brought up learning Russian, so they're like, oh, definitely a spy. Like, we got you, okay? We're about to torture you.
Which was the biggest mistake they ever made in their entire lives, because once triggered by anything that has been negative towards her, her powers react.
Yeah.
And during that process, let's just say John F. Kennedy never really
got shot. Instead, it was an explosion, which made them drive off, and now they're thinking like, oh, this is the Russians.
The Russians attacked.
So let's attack them.
They attack the Russians,
and then they attack us back, and it's a war.
It's
World War III.
Yeah, nuclear war.
But yeah, so with this going on, you guys know about the handler, right?
That bitch.
She survived, of course, and she's still on revenge for trying to get number 5, because she got demoted from her job, and now she's pissed off. She wants revenge. So in the turn of events, Lila, who was with Diego when he was locked up,
and you assume that she was like crazy just like him or whatever, but turns out it was a whole nother plan. Lila and the handler are working together. Apparently the handler raised her, and apparently this heifer had powers. She had powers. That did not make no sense to me at all whatsoever when they were doing a little fight with her and Five.
I mean, I kind of figured, because when you see that scene with her and Five, like, going head to head, she's moving a little too quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she can't move that fast. So when it comes towards the second episode of the season, second to last episode of the season, she's going face to face with all the siblings, and you're thinking like, okay, she's not going to be able to take care of, all of them. But she apparently she has powers where she mimics people's abilities. So when she's going head to head with Allison, she's like, I heard a rumor, and she finished her sentence, then she stopped breathing, just things like that. And it's just to the point where, okay, why did the handler really get Lila? Is it because she really cared for her and her parents?
Or she found out about her ability and want to use it for herself?
It's the latter. She wanted to use her for herself. And that's why when Harlan was going through his powers, because he couldn't control him, she was trying to recruit him. Basically, like, oh, hey, it's fine. I'm good. You can come with me. And it's just like a whole thing where I don't know what she was trying to do. Well, of course, we already know she was trying to take over the commission, but it was just a whole new thing where you realize with this season, they're showing other people other than the siblings that have powers out there.
Yeah, that was the good part right there too. That Lila was one of the kids that was born just like them with gifts. So it made you think about it again. Like, okay, how many kids
are there? Because in the beginning, season 1, they said it was a whole bunch of unexpected pregnancies, just like a lot of people just got pregnant. So
we just don't know how many.
And another shocking moment throughout the season was Reginald Hargreaves.
Oh yes.
For one, I just thought he was really intelligent. Like, he knew his stuff. He knew about time travel. He knew about experimentation with monkeys and fungi.
His ass was immortal. Like, he had a gift too. But
spoiler alert. Well, it's already.
This is basically a spoiler alert. But can you say the X-Files? That's all I got. When he literally
unraveled his mask.
He's a goddamn alien.
And it went to work on the board of directors.
With the board of directors. Baby. That was an X-Files fucking moment. I was speechless as well.
And then I'm like, okay, did the siblings know about him? Like, his true identity? I doubt it.
Yeah. I definitely doubt it. But it explains a lot of his emotions and how he was, especially from the first season, how he, acted towards the kids. It wasn't about love and care. It was about preparation and saving the world. That's all that mattered to him. And yeah, I'm kind of scared about season 3 because season 3, the way it's looking, the ending of the episode, they fucked up time again. Shocking.
So they come back to the timeline where they thought they were supposed to be at. They're still in the Umbrella Academy, or so they think. And then once they get into the foyer and everything, they see Reginald Hargreaves saying, "What are you doing here?" Alive, which is unexpected. What are you doing? This is not the Umbrella Academy. This is the Sparrow Academy.
And at the top of the little area that we're in,
the balcony,
is fucking other people. Other people with gifts and powers.
And then also,
Ben is alive. Ben is fucking alive. And he looked like the goddamn leader now.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, I kind of figured that they were going to be jumping through timelines, but I wonder, is there going to be a point where they get to the present timeline or the timeline that we're at? I don't think that they will. I think if anything, they're going to get close to it, but, not the actual timeline. But I'm really excited what's going to come in for season 3. I want to see who's the people, the members of the Sparrow Academy. I don't know who they are.
If it's, oh my God, what if
Wolf is Lila? That's what I said.
Wolf is
Lila. Part of the crew. I don't know, but overall, season 2 of the Umbrella Academy was
everything.
Amazing, action-packed. You never got really bored with any of the episodes. It's a breeze. If you guys want to watch it throughout the weekend, go ahead. Pop you some popcorn, get you some juice.
We recommend it. It's really good. If you don't know about it, watch from season 1 so you can get some history on it, what's going on, what's happening, what we talking about. And then season 2, baby, you're going to love it.
Because you got a whole year to catch up if they're able to do season 3 by by July.
keep our
Let's
fingers.
hope so. But what do you guys think? Have you guys watched it yet?
Who your favorite characters are? Mine is Allison.
I don't know. What's your favorite episode from the season 2? Let us know in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Bye.